Hi, everyone. Welcome to Froggy Love, soon to be Lunatic Froggy, and Lunatic Dad's wonderful, beautiful show. We have not came up with it. Make sure you comment a name so we know what to call this. Today, we are interviewing the wonderful Lunatic Trucker. Go ahead, Scott. Introduce yourself.
Well, as people already know, my name is Scott. I live in New York, and of course, I'm an over the road driver. I've been driving for since 2008. That would give it 16 years. I'm married to a wonderful lady. Go check her out, Cindy. Hopefully, I say it right. I always get the last two wrong, but Cindy Creation Diamond or Cindy Diamond's Creation. I get the last two wrong. Other than that, that's about explained to me. Unless if you need anything else from me, want to
Oh, we
know?
need we need a lot of information from you there, Scotty.
Oh, yes, we do. Oh, yes, we do.
So,
So,
What you want my blood type?
yes.
the wonderful lunatic Froggy will begin this interview, and she will start it off, and then I will ask after that. So, guys, kick back,
I know.
relax. Make sure you give it a thumbs up for Scott Thornburg here up on YouTube. Go check out his channel and everything else. He's a fellow trucker, and hey, listen, let's get it on, baby girl.
It's now Lunatic Trucking or Trucker.
See, I'm already corrected. Okay.
So, Scott, what does it feel like to be
Ye-
an over the road truck driver?
Well, it what I feel, how I feel like it. I enjoy it going to all these different places and sightseeing. But yeah, it does get tiring. But you know what? Like they say, and it is true with me. Once it's in your blood, it's hard to get out of. Um, my how I got into it. Well, I'm kind of basically taking after my grandfather's steps. He used to be a piggyback. As people don't know what a piggyback is, it's where you'll see them going down the road hauling other trucks up on the. You'll see them stacked up, two, two, three. Once in the great blue moon, you might see it four, but that's very slim.
Beautiful, beautiful.
All right.
Well, Well, now that you answered that so thoroughly, and his name is Scott Thornburg, aka Lunatic Trucker, aka my brother. Now, for my question, that is to you, Lunatic Trucker, I would like to know: has trucking ever gotten in the way of your marriage?
No, we. There's been times she gets aggravated because of being lonely, but she deals with it because she knows what we go with and go. She knows what the lifestyle is, I should say. But on that, our marriage hasn't got weakened or nothing. We just work things out.
Have you
Okay,
ever thought about being a same day trucker?
I have, and it probably will be um, within 10, 15 years when my body's like, okay, enough of being over the road. But there has been thoughts right now just thinking about doing where I'm home daily.
hmm. Good answer. Good answer. Scott, I would like to ask you: has trucking been beneficial to you, or has it been sometimes too costly? Sometimes, where due to the fact since you're an over-the-road truck driver and you are held accountable for all the costs and everything, has there ever been some weeks where it's slower and you actually had to pull out of a savings or anything to keep the truck rolling?
Yes, I have, especially um, we'll go with right when I started being an owner up. because that's been up and down. Um, when I first became an owner, I was actually doing really good. I'm not going to say exactly how much, but it'll be a roughly estimate in my escrow, which I have explained before, but I'll probably end up having to explain later again, but that's all right. Um, I had like just about 4 or 5 thousand sent in the escrow because the devil. I named my truck the Devil in Black, as a lot of people already know. Um, she did good for the 2 years while I was paying the truck off. And then right after I got the truck paid off, she gave me a little hiccup. I, where I basically had to just about empty my escrow out. That's why I call it my savings, because everything else goes towards my bills. But she gave me a little hiccup where I basically drained that out. It, on that, it's after that there. It's been a rough go, but it's been beneficial.
Okay.
So,
That's what you. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
yeah, that was what he was asking. So, I have you thought about bringing your wife with you? I know she did
Have I?
earlier, but have you thought about it again so that way you guys can really correlate the relationship?
Yes, I have. But the only issue with that, though, because there's been times I would love to have her come out. It's so I got someone in here because of course I love her, of course, and plus we can spend more time, and plus we can. It's a lot better for us to communicate instead of over the phone. But it's just now that with her job, it'll be kind of hard
Because she put all
because
those
she would
hours
have
in to get
to.
up there.
Yeah, especially the way how she moved up. I'll say. I'm not gonna say details because that would be on her interview. I don't know if you asked her
Yeah,
about
I
any
did.
of that, but
Okay. Now, I want to ask you this question. When you stop at a truck stop and everything else, and you have to lay over, which means, guys, he's out of hours and he's got to rest and sleep and everything else. Can you ever tell me, is there one of your most scariest moments when you came to a truck stop, went to sleep, and woke back up? Can you ever tell me anything that has been very scary to you, or something you have witnessed at a truck stop that you swear that you would never want to see again?
to be honest, not at a truck stop. Honest God, not at a truck stop. But I have witnessed while I was driving because
Getting
I was
into it.
down in. All right, I was down in Texas. I believe I had told you guys, but that's all right. I was down in Texas. Well, they had because Texas on their interstate, they got the freeway and then they got the service road that runs along with it. I, so while they had the freeway closed for construction, I can't remember because it's been several years ago. Well, I was coming across, I seen these cars just sitting there on the side. The next you know, I seen the truck laying on the side. Well, the thing like I said, I really hope I don't see it again. There was the driver passed away,
Mm,
and
mm,
and that's the thing. It's right now, even talk about it, it's giving me shivers.
mm.
It's just something that I hope and pray to God I don't ever see again.
I I I can only imagine. I can only imagine.
I
Uh,
have
Yep.
PTSD from seeing something like that, so I totally get it.
yep, yep.
Now, Scotty, you know damn well I'm a paranormal channel. Have you seen anything paranormal happen out over the road?
Not on the road, but Cindy has seen stuff, especially with at this new house.
Oh yes.
Well, I won't say just Cindy. I have too,
Oh, really?
because I keep down the hallway. I keep seeing like there's something moving down at the end of the hallway. Cindy kept asking me, "What are you looking at?" I was like, "There's some down there. Is one of the dogs over there?" She's like, "No, they're in the kitchen." And because we got a crate for them for when she goes to work, we put them in the crate. She, they're just laying in the crate. I'm like, "Are you sure?" She's like, "Why?" I was like, "There's. I swear to God, I see something down at the end of the hallway."
And let me guess, you get to the end of the hallway and there's nothing there.
Right, when she looks, there's nothing there. But it's just something that catches you right at the corner of the eye.
Hmm. Wow, that's you might need a priest or an exorcism in your home, buddy. Just want to let you know that.
You
And
just
then,
need sage.
and then Cindy, uh, well, let's say I forgot what she was doing, but the knife was just laying on the table. It fell off the table, blade facing down, handle sticking up.
Whoa. Hmm. Yeah, you definitely need some type of cure up in that house, buddy.
And I'm not going to say when that happened, though. We won't mention that part.
Right. I'll gladly come help you fucking sage your house. It ain't no issue. I know how to do it. I have enough people up that way that could come sage your house professionally.
Okay, the next question I got for you, Scott. When while what was the most, let's say, exhilarating or hardest thing you've ever had to do in trucking? And I want to get into that a little bit. What I mean by exhilarating, something that made your heart pump like, like really fast, like something that you had to react, or things, something in which you have done in trucking that you don't really ever want to have to do again.
Well, it's not what I did the other day. Yeah, I was in the backup. But after we got freed the other day, uh, see, of course, I pay attention. I seen the left lane already on their brakes because I forgot. I can't remember what they had a construction. The left lane was closed. Well, there was a tanker in front of me. I still had plenty of distance to react, but he did. He practically had a slam on his brakes and hit the right shoulder. I thought he was going to rear end that trailer. I was like, please do not rear end that trailer because if he load up, shit,
Hmm.
I might not even be here if it explodes.
Well, thank God you are.
Yep, that's why I keep my distance where I know my braking distance.
Okay, now there is a myth that truckers look down into car windows to see if people are what people are doing because they get bored on the road. What is the stupidest thing you've seen somebody doing while on the road?
Oh Lord, you really want me to go through and try to remember everything?
Just,
There's
just,
so much stuff.
just off the top of your head.
The stupidest thing?
Yes.
I'm glad you're not
Stup-
interviewing me. Thank God.
Oh, Dad, you can answer next.
Oh God, no.
The main stupidest thing, what I know everyone will catch themselves doing, and yeah, don't get me wrong, I've done it too. Text and drive.
Oh shit! I
Oh,
thought
that's
you were gonna say
easy.
something totally different.
We were
Oh,
ready for the juicy details of like somebody fucking getting roadhead going down the road.
Oh, I've seen that.
why did you
And
say that in the
Why
first
did you
place?
say that? We all
and
want
plus,
to.
I kind of glanced at this one car Because of course it's in our blood to look down just to make sure, see what they're doing, so we can know what they're doing, so we can know exactly if we what we got to keep eye out for in case something does happen. I seen someone masturbating.
Me too. I think every truck driver in the world can all say that they have seen some type of pornification
Hmm.
or some type of something happening in vehicles. But I have seen where a person, they claim to broke on the side of the damn road and everything else. And this is a true story, even though this ain't my interview. But I pulled up behind them and everything because I thought, it was cold and everything else. I get up to the damn window, they're all fogged up. I knock on there. I'm thinking, well, maybe no one's in there. That damn woman goes ahead and opens it up, and she's fucking butt naked. He's butt naked. I'm like, oh, I am so sorry. I am so sorry. I
His
actually
dad
came
was a
upon
cock
that.
block.
I'm sorry, and that was something in which that's why you kind of made me smirk when you said text message. And I'm like, if that's the most you've ever seen, buddy, wow, you still got more years to go in truck driving.
I was trying to keep it PG a little bit,
We
you
never
guys.
keep it PG up on this, okay?
I know.
No, we just want true facts. We want true facts. We want to know. All right, the next question I got for you, Scott Thornburg, aka Lunatic Trucker. Guys, make sure that you guys again give that thumbs up on this video. Make sure that you go ahead and subscribe to Lunatic Trucker, my brother from another mother. Okay, the question next I got is, when you decided to get into trucking, what were you doing before trucking? Your job that you had before, and how has trucking changed your life?
Okay, yeah, we'll start with what I was doing before truck. I was working at a plant. It's called Wellington, making car parts for the big three. It was a stamping plant, but then I got wrongfully discharged from there.
You got
And
caught masturbating? No, I'm sorry.
no, 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 no,
Never
no,
mind.
no.
Never mind. Never mind.
They try to blame something on me, which it wasn't my fault. But anyways, and now you made me sidetrack. What was the second part again? I'm sorry.
What were you doing before trucking?
I just answered that. But well,
You
there
were
was another part.
The other part was, how has trucking changed your life?
How it practically changed everything. Because, well, let's put it this way. Yes, like I said, basically took after. I don't know why I keep looking back there and think I got trained, but I basically take it after my grandfather's steps. But it basically changed. I can't really explain, but it changed a whole lot in my life. It's like a whole complete different lifestyle.
did it give you more freedom than working a 9 to 5?
Oh yeah, because I don't have no one constantly. Well, some companies you do, but like with I'm in. Well, when I first started, I did have because of training. That plus they was forced dispatch and to be blah blah blah, be there on time and everything. But now I don't have no one looking over my shoulder or nothing. That's the freedom I like about it. And then, like I said before, I like the open roads.
Hmm.
Is it?
Hmm.
I'm some of the questions. I don't think I'll answer specifically what you're looking for, but if not, just let me know.
No, you're hitting everything right on the head. Actually, I'm very happy that we're doing this interview because the people who are going to watch this and everything else gives the insight of an over the road truck driver, and I'm actually honored to have you as part of our show, Froggy and Dad and Scotty Too Hot. I got that lunatic. Dad, get your head out of your ass. It's a damn
Lunatic
interview.
trucker.
Yeah, that too. I'll eventually get it. Remember what I say? I just called you Froggy, and it's actually Lunatic Froggy. Hello.
Now, can I add one little thing to that?
You sure
Yes.
can.
Did I thought it was? Did I being a driver, thought it was going to be like how it was? No, because I thought it would be a whole lot more money into it, but it's not because us drivers we don't we don't get as much respect as what we should. We get underpaid and everything.
To a certain degree, it all depends on what type of trucking you get into, and it also depends upon what company you work for and
Yeah,
everything else. That's why, like being over the road, I've said it a million times on other times we've talked about being over the road, the cost and everything else, the fuel, your tags. I mean, just the whole 9 yards, having the maintenance on the truck and everything else. That gets costly, big time, especially tires and all this other stuff. I mean, but me being a local driver and working for an outstanding company, I don't accrue the same cost as you do. So mine is basically straight profit
yeah,
when I'm in the truck. So that is one big difference, is that it will eat into the profitability of the truck in which you make compared to say a local driver like Dad who's just Monday through Friday. So
right.
the next question
No,
I've got for you. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. I'm
no,
sorry.
go ahead. But I'll say it after your but answer after I answer your question.
Uh oh.
Go
The
ahead.
next question. Oh. Sorry, guys. We've been interrupted by the, what do they call that?
The internet.
Yeah, the internet. Sorry, damn internet. Should be free anyway. You shouldn't have to pay for it. Anyway,
Right.
the next question I got for Scott: When have has being in trucking between you and your wife? Would you say that far as wanting a lot of children, that trucking has interfered with that?
Ooh, tough subject.
No, it hasn't. But it's just I don't know.
You don't have to
It
answer it if you
really
don't want
hasn't. It really hasn't.
to. Okay.
Because even when I first started, we've been trying. But then
Okay.
as years go by, it's like
Hmm.
we had some struggle spots, and then we're like, well,
Hmm.
my thing is, why bring a child in if you're not 100% stable
Hmm. Hmm.
where you can raise it.
Right. 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 That was very touchy one. You know.
That it was. So
Now,
go ahead.
now, what I was going to say earlier, for anyone that does want to go in trucking, yeah, there's truck companies with schools, but if you got the credit or the money, it's better to do it at a I said the name earlier, at a
Technical
trade
college.
school,
Yeah.
college or trade school, and then get quite a few years under your belt, a couple good years under your belt, and then if you want hard working and good money, the best place is oil fields.
Mm,
Right.
mm,
I actually had a friend down here that um he was working the fields and he was making like 5 grand a week
mm.
just running oil fields.
Oh yeah. Next question I got for you, Scott. Um, how many injuries, and if any, have you sustained while being in trucking? And has trucking physically put some type of physical strain upon your limbs or body? Can you expound on
Hey,
actual that we just don't sit there?
before we do that, I need to pause real quick. We're back. That was
We're
Jordan.
back.
All right. Now, well, I'm kind of chocolate about this. You guys are probably going to laugh at it and call me an idiot about because I had one injury. Well, I won't call it an injury, but it kind of is. But it didn't really affect me too much. My dumb ass, excuse my French. I was down in Florida. Florida, they have agriculture stations. Well, I had a load of oranges. Well, they wanted just to go in and look at the paperwork. Well, I had to go on the side of the trailer and grab the paperwork they needed. Well, instead of climbing out the right way, well, what did I do? I
You
jumped
face planted.
the top down, and I broke my first toe.
Okay.
Basically, I got.
We missed half of that because you went.
Yeah, you went robotic again.
Oh, yeah, I'm not middle of nowhere. Okay, as I was saying, where did it end? Yeah, I'll just start from the beginning of that. Am I
Go
still
ahead.
good?
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, you
All
sound
right.
beautiful, beautiful.
All right, because my bars is down low right now, so that's why I asked. Florida, they got these. We call them egg station, but the actual name is agriculture station, where they got them in Florida. Well, I had a load of oranges, I believe, and they wanted some paper off of one of the pallets. I climbed up in the trailer, and my dumbass, instead of jumping down, getting down the way I should have, I jumped from the top of the trailer down on the floor and broke one of my toes. That's about the only
Oh,
injury I had.
good thing you didn't break like an
It hasn't
ankle.
really.
But
No, yeah, I'm surprised.
I'm not just talking about injury. I'm talking about the stress and the strain of being a truck driver.
Yeah, I was going to get to that.
Okay, go ahead. Get it.
I
Get
was,
at it.
yep.
Get at it.
Stress wise, it is extremely. It does get extremely stressful. Not so much traffic wise because we deal with traffic, but the stress comes from dispatchers and the brokers because they always want you to rush, 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 and it gets extremely stressful. It does take some stress, put some stress on you.
Okay. Far as your body wise, I'm saying, getting in and out of the trailers, up and down of the tractor, and everything else. A lot of people fail to realize that the amount of weight that it takes to get out of a tractor and everything else. Remember, your body weight times two when you're coming out of a tractor. And some of these young kids and everything else, they just jump right out because they got the spring in their bodies and everything else. But as you get older, have you sustained like arthritis? I mean, in any parts of your body, or that's basically what I want to find out is how trucking physically, just not getting hurt, just by doing it this long, has took a toll on your body.
Oh, now there's it. My issue is my back from because when I was born with scoliosis. I was way too young for them to do surgery. So it does put a good beating on my back. Where when I do these flatbeds, people laugh at me and say, "Why it takes you so long?" I was like, "Cause my freaking back." And then it takes a little bit for it to get in. Now, then for a while there, I'll have to. It sucks climbing in and out of trucks and trailers. Then my weightness, yeah, my weight. We won't talk about my weight.
We can see it on
That's
camera.
yeah.
Hey, at least you can cover up your double chin with a beard, okay?
Mm.
Oh,
So now we've discussed the injuries and the toll on your body. I want to know about mentally, the toll it takes on you mentally, being a trucker, being away from your wife, the stress of not knowing, all of that. How does it toll on you mentally?
mentally. Oh Lord, it's. Let's see. How can I say this? I'm trying. Men,
Say it however you need to say it, honey.
let's come back to that question. I'll think about it while I'm answering other questions.
Okay.
That's perfectly fine. I understand that's a hard question because people normally don't think mentally. And people normally think, oh, as you're a truck driver, that's the easiest job. But what they don't understand is the mental toll of what's going on at home. Is she okay?
Oh yeah,
Staying
that's
focused
a
to that road 24/7. You always being on alert around your surroundings. By the time you're headed home and you know you're headed home, there's almost like a sigh of relief, like I get a couple days to relax.
Mhm.
yeah. It that you just about pinpointing it because there's times when I'm out on the road, Cindy needs stuff done, and it aggravates me because she's at home taking care of all the stuff that she can do what she can do, and then if something major happens, it's like it it kind of bothers me because I can't help her. For example, let's see, how long ago was it? It was about 4 months ago in a new house. Our land basically we live basically kind of like a mountain, kind of like, because there's none but rocks underneath our ground. Well, one of the boulders broke. We got a line that goes from our pump to the well. As I did a video because I thought it was my water pump the
Right,
whole time that took a crap.
right.
But before I went home, be home, Cindy, I don't know how long she went without water,
Because
and
of
it's
that
it's just
boulder.
because of that. It's just because I was like, okay, I wish I could be there to help her, but I can't.
Mm, mhm.
Right, which is a pain in the ass, and that's part of the mental toll. And I hate to say it, but being your friend, I can literally see the mental toll of when you first get out there, you're laughing, you're joking, you're talking. But as the days tick by, I notice you get quieter and quieter, and it's whatever, whatever. I think I'm going
Yeah,
to bed.
cause yeah,
And
'cause it's just a lot of stress that builds up in my head.
right.
Stress.
And that's why I wanted to bring that to attention because a lot of people who are over the road truck drivers have that stress.
Mhm.
So if
Yep.
you get a crabby ass truck driver, 9 chances out of 10, it's because XYZ happened and they can't do nothing about it.
Yep.
Mhm. Mhm. Let me ask you this question, Scott. When when you finally get home, when you finally get home, what is the first thing you do to Cindy? And I'm not talking about any craziness. I'm saying the first thing you do when you come home and everything else, and she opens up that door. How does that make you feel?
Well, it makes me feel good, but I know she's more relieved because I'm home and nothing happened to me on the road.
Mm,
Right.
And then it makes me okay, I'm home. I'm there. I get to help her out on stuff that needs to be done around the house. I
mhm,
get aggravated with her. Yeah, I get over aggravated with her when I'm home. And I do regret that a lot. But it's just way how I go with it. It's not right, but I just get aggravated.
And
But
part
then
of
in
the
the long
reason,
run, though, in the long run, we enjoy each other's time when I'm home. We'll go out places or whatever when
would
we
you
have the
say
money.
would you say part of the reason that you get aggravated when you get home is because you're alone in your truck for 2 weeks at a time, 3 weeks at a time? So you're not used to having somebody like right there with you for all the time?
good question.
Yes, and then yeah, because and then also it's stuff that, and also it's what stuff I gotta do when I get home that needs to be done. I get aggravated because I gotta do it because it needs to be done and has to be done right away. It's not that she wants me to do it right away. It's just because I gotta do it. But there's been times where I gotta do stuff right away, or times I get to go home. Then I'll sit down. And I'll be lazy for the first day. Then after that, I'll just do all my. I call it honey to do list. Oh, shit,
Mm, yeah,
I'm sorry. I got to plug my phone in before my phone dies.
Oh, you're
yeah.
totally fine. Um, well, in part, that would fall back into thinking about being an over local truck driver where you're home every night, just like taking the Walmart roads. Because I remember you said that when you take the Walmart runs and only the Walmart runs, you're home every night or
No,
close to
not at
every
home
night.
every night. I'll be home more often. I'll be home more often than I would be with over the road.
Right.
And now by you being over the road for long extended period of times, again, I will go back to asking you the question. How has that affected your marriage?
It, it
You can't say it
for a while
hasn't.
there, it kind of. I'm not saying it hasn't. No, it put a lot of stress in our marriage. It kind of we kind of did pull apart at first. Well, after first, but then we worked it over, and now it's kind of our love is stronger than what it was
Beautiful answer.
because
So it did affect
we
it.
worked things out.
Right, which is understandable. I mean, I dated an over the road truck driver. I was married to his ass, unfortunately. And it did pull us apart because I'm not coming home and just horrible. So what would you say the best part of trucking is?
Best part of trucking,
Yes.
it's the the just going all these different places and the view. Can we hold on for one quick second? I
Yeah,
gotta
I'll
see
pause
this.
it.
Okay. My next question I got for you, Scott, being an over the road truck driver, which I do not experience being a local truck driver, when you go out and you know you're going to be out so many days and everything else, how many, and now this is not a crazy question, how many pairs of pants, shirts, underwear, socks, everything? You have to like bring a big suitcase or something for your travels throughout all that time, or is it very limited?
I keep about a week of clothes because, of course, I know you probably seen it. There's truck stops that does have washer and dryers.
Yes.
So there was one time with one company, I actually stayed out. I didn't even. This is what really stressed me out. Not able to see. I stayed out for 6 months straight. They even see Cindy only twice a year.
Oh, no. Oh,
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
I did
no.
that before. I will never do that again.
Oh,
I would have
my
boot
God.
scooted boogied right out of that whole
Yeah,
thing.
I did.
Wow.
And that
Wow.
was with a company there in Dallas, Texas. I won't say the name, but probably you two probably already know which one I'm talking about.
There's a
Right.
couple of them.
Dallas, Texas. I'll just say bird. There's
Mm-hmm.
a bird.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Wow.
So,
Two
and
months
I really
here.
want to hone in on this because I know that you do your Walmart runs up there. How easy would it be for you to tell your dispatcher that you only want to do you only want to do these loads?
Good question.
Well, I try to, but then when they do give me that, it's like, hey, Scott, we need you to do something. And then I have a hard time saying no. except
Mm.
for let's say today, because they was going to have me go from New York to Conklin. It's only like about 80 or 90 miles loaded, and then come back. They was only going. I'm going to say this. They was only going to pay me $150. I told them no because I'm just going to spend more than that in fuel.
You sure are. Wow. Wow. Mm. That is shocking to me. That is shocking to me. Next question I got for you, lunatic trucker. I want to know, and I want you to be 100% open minded to this. If they told you that you had to do a certain run and it was your wife's anniversary and your anniversary, and you were planning on being back, but they said, no, you have to do this or you lose your job, which one do you take?
That's a good one.
Mm,
I never had that happen, but if they do, what I wait a minute, I take that back. I never, well, they never said I would be fired, but they said we need this load and you're the only available driver. I actually, what we'll do is me and Cindy will sit there and I was like, well, let me call my wife and see because we already got plans for what this not just anniversary, just holidays anniversary, and then me and her will talk. I'll call her, talk her. Then she's like, well, why don't you? Because if we need the money, she'll be like, well, why don't you go ahead and do it? Then we'll just do it when you get back. I'm like, all right, but I get to give it up to her, let her choose
okay. Okay.
because
So,
I don't want to. Let's see, how can I say this? I don't want her to get mad or break her heart because she's like, well, we had this and blah blah blah. But that's why I always run it by her first.
Very good.
so what I'm hearing is you leave it up to her on the basis of what you do,
About 99% of the time I do.
which means that you have a lot of open communication in your
Mm,
relationship.
yeah,
Being an over the road truck driver, do you believe that communication is the most important part of the relationship, or do you believe that having an open communication like that is only mildly important in your relationship being an OTR?
open
I was gonna say
open
Communication.
communication
you don't want an open
relationship
relationship, buddy. Just thought I'd let you know that.
or open commun. That's why I stopped and then put a communication.
I got
Open
you.
communication, it's 100% hands down because if you don't communicate with each other, it does get bad. But me and her, we basically have open. We communicate on a lot of stuff. We have a lot of open. So a lot of times it's not so much. We might not call each other, but it'll be a lot of texting, or unless because as you guys know, and probably a lot of people know, when I get, I'm the same way when I call Cindy. Hold on, got other days I can call. Um, I I'll sit there and Cindy, she has hung up on me because it would be nothing but air.
Hmm.
Because of the
So
simple
that's why I
fact that
said
you
you
don't
get
talk a lot.
right.
Mm. Mm.
That's but then when it comes to texting, I'll go away on texting.
Right. Right.
But should you be texting and driving?
No, this I shouldn't. But like I have said, we're all in it. Yeah,
You never
yeah.
know who's
But
watching this
I already
interview, buddy.
They have voice to text now that all you do is literally, and
Oh,
then
let's pause this real quick. I think the broker tried to call me.
All right. So again, I just want to let everybody know who are watching this beautiful simulcast. That is the beautiful love lunatic froggy, and we got lunatic trucker and lunatic dad. We are talking about trucking and the effects of it is on a trucker and over the road truck driver, and the things in which they go through, how it affects their family lives, how it affects their personal lives, and everything else. So I'm going to go ahead and get into this next question for you. Okay, lunatic trucker. Now,
Yep.
the question I have for you: how many times, if ever, do you change the mattress that you sleep on? How many times have you changed it since or bought a new one since you've owned that truck?
Since this truck here will say I haven't changed it yet, but I am looking forward to changing it soon because I need to get me more of a comfortable mattress.
How much does something like that run? Because even Lunatic Dad does not know. How much does something like that run if you were to have to change the mattress
The
for inside of a truck?
one I want, it'll cost me about $800-900.
Holy wow, wow. Did you
Yeah,
just
they're
say
about
eight, 900?
they're they're about they're about that thick because I gotta have something better for my back.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, wait, no, not 800-900. I'm sorry, about 600. It's a couple hundred off, but
that's still a
that's at a
hefty
truck stop
price.
though. But that's at a truck stop. I don't know how
Right.
much if I would have went. Let's say I went to a mattress store, mattress place, and bought one new. I don't know how much that is.
Hmm.
Now, my question is, going off of that, they have in truck stops those purple cushion things that you can put like in your chair and whatnot. Have you thought about getting a couple of those so you can put them in your chair and then also on your bed so that way it's a little bit more cushion?
I don't. I honestly don't think I would really like them. I felt them, but then I felt them at the truck stop. But I don't think I'd really care for it. I know what you're talking about, but I don't think I would really care for it.
Hmm.
I don't know
Hmm.
why though.
Change.
How how has being over the road truck driver when you get home, has it developed any type of sleep apnea or sleeping problems due to the fact is that your schedule is so unpredictable?
It does, cause it's not. I don't know if it's a sleep apnea, but it's a sleeping pattern because my mind gets set on okay. I got like I sleep like about 6 7 hours a night, and when I do get home, that's about basically what I sleep because I'll get up. I I'll even get up before Cindy gets up, and I'll go to bed. I go to bed about midnight when I'm home, maybe 1 o'clock in the morning, then get up about 6 7 o'clock, or unless I'm extremely exhausted.
Hmm. Hmm. The only reason why I question it is because me being like a local truck driver, which means I'm home every day, is that I got a set time I go to bed, set time I eat, set time everything, and I just was wondering how does that affect over the road drivers? You know, like even your eating patterns and everything else. I mean, it's like totally night and day between an over the road driver and a local truck driver, and I commend you for being able to handle all that. I really do. I mean, Lunatic Trucker, it is unbelievable what you do for this nation and getting that freight coast to coast. And I just want to say I'm a brother in arms, and I thank you for everything you do.
Thanks. Now he cut out. What has talking about? Okay, you cut out because I know you cut out because I had someone try to call me and I told it was one of my friends. I was like, I'll call him back.
No, you didn't cut out at all. You were fine.
Basically,
No, I
basically,
said
what
you cut out. You
you
cut
cut
out
out,
on my
Dad.
end.
And basically, what he was saying was basically saying thank you for all of the
Yeah, I
freight,
got that
and
part, but the question, what was the question?
there was no question in it.
There was no question. That was just me giving
Oh,
you respect from truck driver to
oh,
truck driver.
okay, that's why. Okay, thank
I
you.
might not be a truck driver, but without you, we ain't getting our eggs. Shit,
Not
we
just
ain't
me,
getting
Dad as
anything.
well.
That as well. All of these truck drivers deserve
Yep,
some props and respect because
but that.
literally they're taking time away from their lives, their wives, their kids to haul your stuff to the store.
Hmm.
That's
Talking
100%
about
correct.
stuff to the store, do you get goodies?
Yeah, come on, come on. Tell me what. Tell me when they throw something out. Come on, you got to have a story, juicy one on that one. Uh oh, uh oh, uh
Oh,
oh, uh
we
Froggy
oh.
already
got to
knows
do
this
this.
one.
Yes,
We're
I
I
still got a little
do.
bit left.
we're being
You were
I
supposed to
exposed.
share them with me.
well, let's say we won't go. We won't like he's here, but the other one's already gone.
Well, you better put a bag in the mail and mail it to me.
Oh, what
Rice
You
the?
see that?
Krispie treats.
Oh,
Rice
oh.
crispy eggs.
No wonder Froggy's like yum yums.
there,
Get in my belly.
and then there was one time. There was one time I had like I don't know how many cases, about 4 or 5 cases of chicken I took
Really?
home. Yeah, and then I ran across another driver. They rejected his whole load of dog food. And I had my whole sleeper packed full of dog food bags.
Oh, I wish I would have met you somewhere.
I
Oh,
wish I would have met that trucker. Goddamn.
my lord. Yes, it does get sometimes, truckers, we are like that with each other. If we got something that's got to get thrown out or whatever the case may be, we lost these Scotty's back.
Froze
Oh,
up.
man.
Hold on. There.
That's all right. That's all right. But yes, it sometimes us truck drivers, we actually do look to another truck driver. Hey, you want this, want that. Speaking of that, I actually got two bar soaps of Irish Spring and two big things of Colgate toothpaste just yesterday. That's why I asked you that question and everything, is because Dad, actually a truck driver, gave it to me. He was like, I got a whole damn shitload. You want some of this? And I was like, yeah, okay. And the only thing was because the box was crushed. And I'm sitting there like, there's nothing wrong with toothpaste, but the box was crushed and they can't sell it. So they
Yep.
Right.
reuse certain parts of the load and everything. But
And they can do
wow,
that, which once again, all of you think about it, they're getting paid for this load, right? Now the store is rejecting part of that load because it was crushed or whatever. Does that affect your pay?
great question.
Nope.
If it is found to be negligent on your part from overspeeding into a curve or overspeeding, which altered the shifting of that freight, and it was your fault why that freight got damaged, is that then your fault?
I
And they
never
can pay.
had that. I never had that, so I can't really answer if they put the pay on you, but I never actually had no issues where it was my negligent or anything like that. So I can't really answer that.
Okay. Because I can't answer that neither. I'm a local driver. I'm not held accountable for shit. But
Right.
hmm,
And now I want to get into the bad truckers.
oh
And
shit.
I know every truck driver knows at least one bad trucker. And
One.
I'm not talking driving, I'm talking people who steal the freight.
Oh, oh, oh.
Have you
Hmm.
ever ran across somebody who was stealing the freight?
Glad this is his interview. Go ahead, brother.
I I
I'm
really
pleading the
haven't
fifth.
haven't I really haven't personally seen it, but I have heard stories of it.
Believe it or not, it is more commonplace in trucking that occurs. And
Hmm.
but how that gets prevented is that a lot of companies will go ahead and have a seal tracker and everything else, where when you're leaving out, there's a set seal. The guard's going to verify it on the paperwork. And then when you arrive at your destination, you cannot have the same type of seal or whatever. If it's an altered seal and you did not get permission or explain why that seal was removed, you're in a whole heap of shit. Because if anything comes up missing on my company, if that it's a different seal or whatever, and no one they can't document it, and there's stuff missing out of that trailer, even though I'm a local driver, I am held responsible for what's inside that
Yep.
load.
Now, I know there is a way to bust the seals off without busting them so you can reuse them.
I've never heard of it. I never heard of it.
My ex used to do that shit all the time. And
It's,
which is why I brought it up because, again, I was in the position where I witnessed somebody literally, he can't be charged now unless you're going to go up to heaven. So it is what it is. But I witnessed him go steal, pop the little tabby
Tab.
thingy,
Hmm.
the seal, but underneath it where they push it through.
Hmm.
Now, remember, this is back in the old days. You just push the little lever down and
my-
pull it out, and you can reuse the seal. He would go steal TVs and everything else, and I'm like, dude, no. And that was part of the reason that I left the whole entire relationship was because of the fact he was stealing freight.
But
I,
now
what?
the way they combat that is that the security officer comes out and everything else, and they're going to the seal and they'll pull on it. They won't take it off right away. I know way my company is. They'll pull on it. If that thing just comes off like butter, they're like, "Oh, wait a minute, this seal was not sealed," and everything else. See, when I get a load or anything else, or whatever the case may be, I must sign that the seal is intact and everything. So, I mean, there are certain mechanisms. I'm sure there probably is. If the security guard doesn't even come out and check, and truck drivers know that, hey, this security guy never comes out and check or whatever, just like do what you're talking about. I'm sure there is a lot of theft that's going on and everything else.
I'll show you an example. Zip ties. It's not. It's like a zip tie, but not quite. Because what they got like ridges. All you gotta do is just slide it in. Slide in like this. Let's say this is
Yeah,
a
that's right.
seal.
Mhm.
Slide in. Take something, snap it, cut it, pull the other part through, and then reseal it. Because a lot of security, they won't look at the end. They'll just look at the seal number.
Right.
Mhm.
And being a security guard at like I was, I watched so many people walk out there and not check the seal of the truck. And I'd go out there and check the seal. Well, the last security guard did do this. And I said, I don't care. I'm not them. I'm checking your seal.
Mhm. Mhm.
And some of the more important ones had the bolt ones that you cannot replace.
Right. Now, but the good thing about having those kind of seals is if it's preloaded. Now, because I admit I've done the cut I done on those kind of seals like I gave an example of just to make sure there's load bars or load straps in there.
Mhm.
But then I'll use the same seal, it's still the same seal number, and slide it back on.
Which is
Next,
understandable.
next question I got for you, since we're talking about loads of a truck driver. Uh, if you're allowed to check inside and everything to make sure it's loaded correctly and everything else. Have you ever gotten a load where it was top heavy?
Top
Yeah.
heavy,
Top heavy.
the all I've not really too much. I probably once or twice maybe, but it's not really too much.
Can
It's
you
just
explain if you
all
were on a road, if you were on the road and you were making a big curve and everything else by having a top heavy load, what could that possibly do as you're driving it?
you could easily roll over. It's just you just gotta you don't want to go. berserk around full speed or the speed limit around the curve. Because top heavy, if it's loaded top heavy, when you go around a sharp curve, that top is going to lean. It will pull.
Yes,
The
it will.
next thing you know, if you're going too fast, it'll pull you right over.
Hmm. What is the annual cost, would you say, for maintenance, everything that an owner op OTR guy pays a year out of his pocket? What is the average? Now, I'm not asking you to show your taxes, but what is the average cost per year, would you say?
Let's see. We'll say I probably this year because with my service, that's the thing that costs because you got to do that about every 3 months. We'll say, even though it's every 30 miles, but average about 2 or 3 months depends how hard you run. Oh, three times eight is 2,400. Yeah, 2,400. We'll say on the oil. We'll say 3,000 on the oil service, and then it just varies. Depends on exactly what all you need. Like say tires. That's one of the big eaters right there is the tires.
So you would say
Um,
basically Tanya would have to work on the corner for an extremely long time if she became a trucker. Oh, I'm sorry. It's an interview of you. Ah, lunatic dad's just messing around, having a little bit of fun.
This is what happens when you're top heavy. I don't know
You
if you
see
can
that?
see that.
I could see it.
I
Can you
can't
see
because
that?
let me. You probably the viewers can, but
Viewers
I
can't see
can't really
nothing.
see.
We haven't uploaded this shit.
It's a picture of a trailer flipped over,
Yes.
top busted out.
Hmm.
That actually happened when I was on when I was at the bacon factory. Here's a better picture of it.
Wow. Look at that, Scott. That's top heavy,
I can.
buddy.
This just
Yep.
sucks because I can't really
It
see because I'm on my phone. It would be different if I was
I'll
on a
just
computer or laptop.
yeah, I'll just send you a picture of it.
tractor and trailer is literally on its side.
Oh yeah,
Right.
yeah, yeah. Okay, you don't need to send it.
All because somebody literally did not want to load it right. Luckily, it was on a shag truck. The trailer, the guy heard it crack when he turned and instant ejected it as it was like he unhooked it as it was falling. So the
Hmm.
truck didn't go with it, but the guy did lose his job
Hmm.
because
Yep.
as a shipping manager, you should make sure your trucks are not top heavy.
Hmm.
Yep, because
Question,
that's
Scott.
another. Oh, I'm sorry.
When
Go ahead.
you're have if you do haul hazmat, I don't know if you're hazmat certified or if you
No.
ever had to. Okay, no. Now the reason why I was going to ask that question, I could answer it, but because hazmat drivers, one, everybody knows they make more than just regular truck drivers. Okay, if you're carrying hazardous materials, you get paid extra for the load. I just want to know, being an owner op, if they paid you extra for carrying hazardous materials because you're assuming more risk.
Yeah, I can't answer that because that's the agreement what me and Cindy agreed with. Because agreed with me getting my CDL is I do not do no hazmat loads.
Okay, okay.
But
I
there is an extreme limit that I am allowed up to. I think it's 1,000 pounds.
1,001
Is it?
under 1,001.
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
I knew it was like 1,000 pounds.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. I
All
just
right,
want what? Go ahead.
I was gonna say we should wrap this up here.
Hmm.
Any final words to uh, the lunatic trucker? Any final words?
Thanks for coming out. Hopefully, you guys enjoy this interview slash podcast. And glad to be on board. And please like, share, subscribe to our one and only favorite Froggy and Lunatic Dad as well. And subscribe to me. Um, yeah, you will see. Okay, let's add one more quick thing.
Go ahead. Hey, why not? Why not? Let's go.
Now we're talking about my channel. For
Okay.
anyone who wants to know about my channel, who never seen my channel, but I know there's probably has, but majority of our viewers seen my channel. I, with my channel, it's basically a lot of driving. You'll see a lot of just to show everyone about what it's who doesn't go able to go out and explore the country. There's a lot of things that you will see is good. Don't get me wrong. There is. But that's about what basically I'm trying to keep with my channel. And then there's some stuff at the house I'll do, like do it yourself, kind of repair. I do got a video of that, a live video on that one. We won't go that there. And then and then if you do go over to my channel, you will see quite a few videos. I do got a lot of videos that I don't really talk much, but as Chris, Breakfast Paranormal, and Froggy and Dad says, they are trying to break me free from that. I am starting to do more talking. It's just coming to it slowly. I just wanted to give that up there.
Oh, very good.
It's your
We
interview,
we
buddy.
we love hearing about your channel. So, all right. Any final words, Lunatic Dad?
Yes, I most definitely got some final words. I just want to say to Lunatic Trucker and to my beautiful daughter, Lunatic Froggy, I just want to say this has been an outstanding interview. I'm hoping that people learn the life of an over the road truck driver, as if it was not for them and myself, who's a local truck driver, you would not even be wearing clothes right now. I'd also
Yep.
like to say, outstanding, Scott. I just want to tell you, brother, this was very enjoyable for me, as we are brothers in arms, as we always say in trucking, we're brothers in arms. And the only thing I will say, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, share out Lunatic Froggy. Make sure that you guys crush Scott's channel. Okay, I'm gonna also be putting this up on my community tab of the interview with Scott. Lunatic Froggy will go ahead and put down a link to his channel, and she'll pin it on the channel to go to his channel. So hopefully that you guys give him a little bit of love, because you know what? That man needs all the love he can damn get. Thank you, brother, for honoring us with your attendance here today.
Anytime.
All right,
Glad to
guys.
do it.
We appreciate everybody that comes in. I appreciate you, Scott, for coming and talking with us and getting down into the nitty gritty about truck driving. It's not a bad career if you're a single man. If you're a married man, it does weigh on your relationship, as Scott and Lunatic Dad will tell you.
Now,
There's,
can I interrupt you real quick on that part there?
yes,
If you are married, make sure your spouse will agree with it, because if not, it might be a rough road.
right. So we thank you guys for coming out. We appreciate each and every one of you, and we love you all. Thank you for coming and have a great day. Love y'all. Bye.
Bye.